Frobenius method. Consider a differential equation of the form P naught of x d square y by dx square plus P1 of x into dy by dx plus P2 of x into y equal to 0, where P naught of x, P1 of x and P2 of x are polynomials in x with P naught of 0 equal to 0. So we have already learned one method, that is power series method, to solve differential equations of this form. But in power series method, the condition is P naught of 0 should not be equal to 0. So if you get a differential equation of the same form but with P naught of 0 equal to 0, then in such cases we use Frobenius method. So in case of Frobenius method, we assume that the solution for this particular differential equation will be of the form y equal to summation r from 0 to infinity ar into x power k plus r. Now if you expand this summation over here, I get a naught x power k plus a1 x power k plus 1 plus a2 into x power k plus 2 and so on. Of course, you can do one more thing, that is, if you want, you can take x power k out and rewrite this expression. Now here k, a naught, a1, a2, etc. they are all constants with the assumption that a naught is not equal to 0. So next thing which we calculate here is we find the value of dy by dx. dy by dx will be differentiation of this term. So I get summation r from 0 to infinity. Ar is a constant here. Differentiation of x power k plus r is k plus r into x power k plus r minus 1. And d square y by dx square will be differentiation of this term. So I get summation r from 0 to infinity k plus r. Ar is a constant. And differentiation of x power k plus r minus 1 is k plus r minus 1 into x power k plus r minus 2. So by substituting the values of y, dy by dx and d square y by dx square in equation number 1, I get an equation of this form. So in case of power series method, once you get this particular equation, the next thing which we do is we find the values of a naught, a1, a2, etc. so that we can write the solution over here. So even in case of Frobenius method, we follow the same procedure. So what we do is we equate the coefficient of the lowest degree term in x to 0. But here when you do that, we get a quadratic equation in k, and this equation will be known as indicial equation. So since you get a quadratic equation in k, you will be getting two roots for k, and those two roots will be called as k1 and k2. Now when you do this particular step over here, you might possibly get the value of a naught, and after getting the value of a naught, the next thing which we do is we equate the coefficient of various other powers of x also to 0. So in general what we do in this case is we equate the coefficient of x power k plus r to 0, and that will give us a recurrence relation, and using that recurrence relation we calculate the values of a1, a2, a3, etc. That is, all the other remaining terms will be calculated, but all these terms will be expressed only in terms of a naught. That is, the value of a1 will be in terms of a naught, a2 will be in terms of a naught, a3 will also be in terms of a naught, like that. Now after getting the values of all these coefficients over here, the next thing which we do is we substitute the values of a1, a2, a3, etc. in this form, that is in equation number 2. So when you do that, please note this is the first term, that is a naught x power k. We put the value of a1, but a1 will be in terms of a naught, so here also you get a naught. A2 will be in terms of a naught. So what we get is y equal to x power k into a naught plus a1x plus a2x square and so on, where a1, a2, etc. all the terms are expressed in terms of a naught. And one more thing which we have to notice here is x power k is a common term over here. So that term x power k can be taken out. And also since a naught will be a common term over here, you can take a naught also out. So you get the solution in the form y equal to a naught into x power k into capital F of x, where capital F of x is an infinite series. Now we can maybe end the solution over here, but what we have noticed over here is when you solve this equation over here, this quadratic equation in k will give you two different values of k. So we assume that k1 and k2 are real and distinct numbers. So by making that assumption, we say that by taking one value of k, that is say k1, we can get one independent solution, and that solution, let that be equal to y1 equal to a naught into x power k1 into capital F of x. Take the other value of k, which is k2. So the solution can also be written in the form y2 equal to a naught into x power k2 into capital F of x. So now instead of having one solution, we are getting two different solutions because of k1 and k2. Now in order to get the complete solution, what we do is we combine these two solutions. So the general solution or the complete solution for the given differential equation is y equal to a y1 plus b y2, where a and b are arbitrary constants. So please note, once you get to this particular step, that is y equal to a naught into x power k into f of x, based on two values of k, we will have to get two different solutions. That is, one solution will be called as y1 by taking the first value, which is k1. By taking the second value k2, we get another independent solution, which is y2. So we get the complete solution only by combining them.